Hiya Hinsters, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new, welcome too. My name is Hinny. I am a spiritual astrologer. Please check out the description box below if you'd like a reading with me, and also check the description box below for specific dates pertaining to this video. That's where they will be. If you're new here, do subscribe to the channel if you like what I do, and please everyone give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it, and leave me a comment as well. How are you doing in this here Aquarius season as I film, as we kind of get slowly closer and closer to the end of the astrological year? Let me know how you are doing. So we have here Venus in Capricorn and Hermes or Mercury and the new moon in Aquariooose or Aquarius. So we are, of course, yes, still in the, as I film, penultimate bright light season, that is Aquarius or Aquariooose, as I like to say. This is the minty, fresh season, the season where it's time to put ourselves out there in some way, maybe uncomfortable or random way, explore something a bit different, check out a new part of town, or see things in different colors to how you used to. It is sometimes kind of like when you force yourself to go to like a new shop or a new cafe, or if you've never been to the cinema, like to do it or whatever, or to walk a completely new route to or from work. And it's like Aquarius season has, to me, also, you know, on a kind of deeper, more profound level, maybe for a few years now, been like this is how I want to describe it, this twisted point in the year where we experience the tangle or complexity mentally, in many ways, of human pain or suffering, along with things like hope. And it's kind of like the poetry of humanity. It's the entanglement of free will and fate. Sometimes it's like the polarization and the wonder as well of feeling alienated or off the charts or up there, like really up there in some sense for many people, kind of in the light season, the final light season of the astrological year. And it can be in many ways where many people just get to this point of, well, what does it all mean? You know, what does it all mean? Or what is, not in a kind of defeatist necessarily way or depressing kind of way, but in a really genuinely curious way. Aquarius, sextile Sagittarius, of like, what was the point of this astrological year that I am wrapping up now? What were the achievements or the goals? And what am I doing with myself now? And in the Northern Hemisphere, we may already notice the returning of the light. And I myself am in Korea right now, and very soon it's going to be Korean New Year, Korea being one of the parts of the world which celebrates the New Year in closer alignment with the beginning of the astrological year. This is the wood or the green dragon year, of course, and I did make a wee video on that, check it out. But in many ways, the question or the realization is that nobody can help us. And this is good for those who need help initiating themselves, especially, or initiating some part of their life. And things can be remaining necessarily cold and tough. We've got a lot of Saturn with these combinations of Capricornian and Aquarian energy, and things can be remaining cold and tough. And many will have to also drop a few things to really get back to basics or to really focus. This is Aquarius, this is fixed air. And there is, fixed signs are the finishing signs of the zodiac. And there's more, for many people, of a yearning or a pressing to sacrifice one or two things in order to master or complete something more important or more illuminating. And the rabbit, because we are closing, of course, the rabbit year, the rabbit was chased by a wolf by many accounts, but the wolf bumped into the dragon and the rabbit was sort of spared because the wolf and dragon decided to have a little fight instead. And Aquarius season right now can be very boom, 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 super arrogant, yes, super virile, audacious, rebellious for like no reason. And like it can be stuff like leaving people unread harshly or being cruelly cold. Or also it's just kind of like deciding to throw away like a gift or a letter or the draft of an email or message that you were going to send or give to someone and just throw it away. It can be very much like that. It can also be like a refusing to budge or work on or face our mental grudge towards someone or something. So yes, of course, as with every fixed season, it can be about stubbornness and trying to deal with stubbornness. I think it would be nicer to kind of slice and dice these things up now and to kind of throw them out the window before Pisces season. But, I'm not going to tell anyone what to do or judge. And I think we all have the right, in some cases, to make our own mistakes, especially Pluto here in Aquarius, kind of raw and ready. There is going to be this tempting for us to hunker down on our mindsets. And some of those mindsets, yes, are these stubborn like opinions or beliefs, convictions. And I'll be making anyway a Pluto and Aquarius video soon. Do stay tuned. Anyway, Venus in Capricorn. So Venus is the vibe. Venus is the flow. We're getting into the creme brulee, streams of creme brulee now. Venus is the beat. She is the phosphorus one. And we also have both sides, as I said, of Saturn here in the mix. We've got Capricorn and Aquarius, and this is reflected by or amplified. It's amplifying the mutual reception between Saturn and Venus. So we have Saturn in Pisces, which is Venus's exaltation, and Venus now in Capricorn, which is the domicile of Saturn. So it's pretty beautiful. And there can be here a cold care coming from women, for example, or from the feminine, however that is construed. It's like a son declaring that he's gonna, go on this adventure or this enterprise, or he's like telling his mom that he's gonna be a bachelor for the rest of his life. And she's like, are you kidding? Are you kidding? It can be questions like this and things like reality checks like this. Things can be diminishing, but they come from a good place and a deep desire or concern that really is caring. And Venus in Capricorn brings some more slow cook vibes for those of us who may need it in Aquarius season. It can bring a lot of caring for kids or caring about kids, and Venus is the ruler of rituals as well. And I'm thinking here this time of things like cold water and how it apparently opens neural pathways in the brain and is in that way quite good for some people. This is like taking cold showers or running into the freezing cold North Sea at the crack of dawn, like at the beginning of a new year. This is stuff like cleansing and bracing the brain, the mind. This is Aquarius, this is fixed air, right? And this is fixation on goals or desires or the spirit, trying to solidify the spirit or glacialize the spirit, or on humanity maybe for some people, like really set squarely on something that has to do with humanity or charity or the big super complexity that is society. And I'm also getting here a reminder about, or to return to, like the little people or smaller gestures or sincerity or simplicity. We have then Hermes or Mercury in Aquarius. So I think very basic things that this will bring for many is an increased sense of joining the dots. This brings conclusive, again, maybe cold arrangements. It brings the delivery of poignant messages. We can learn more about how our bodies work in like different climates or temperatures or environments, and we can learn about things like posture or position, and it can also be a great emotionally releasing or cathartic transit for people, especially through music and lyrics. It can be when you really hear quite an emotionally charging song that brings a lot of stuff up and then just really cleans and clears out the spirit, or some spiritual dredge. And Hermes enters Aquarius and immediately conjuncts exactly Pluto. So there's a lot of opportunity for many people to go through that kind of, it's like eating a lot of garlic or ginger after having not done so for a while or ever, and feeling really quite physically, literally, or viscerally cleansed. And I urge people to look to their birth charts if you want, and see what is going on around about now, really. February 4th, February 5th, in our Aquarius houses, because for many people this is about powerful messages coming through. For many this is about important transportations or transits in some sense. And Saturn hosting Hermes in Capricorn is in lovely Pisces. Sorry, did I say? I meant Aquarius. Mercury, Hermes in Aquarius is hosting Hermes in Aquarius from Pisces. That's where Saturn is, and it can be something that I think quite gorgeous. You know, this is very emotional stuff in many ways, and it's like a man crying. And I do see this time right now is where we are having already a lot of typically manly or masculine individuals experience more sensitivity or expression of their emotions, and there could be some explosions, of course. This is Aquarius season, but there's like this beautiful tapering and tenderness that Pisces season is going to be bringing more. And sometimes this is an all-encompassing bittersweet experience for some people, of too little too late, as some messages communicated directly or indirectly. And like, it's kind of stuff like, you know, a former person you were interested in has already moved on, or a person will not be able to grant you as much time or energy as you thought. Or also that a former or ongoing miserable kind of mindset that we might have had can actually be broken or shaken up now, with some people realizing that there actually is a network or a community or a safety net for them, or that people do love them, or that chaotic circumstances can bring forth something, or someone or some collective that is of substance. So that's what I would say on Hermes. And then around February 10th, we have a new moon in Aquarius. I do have a little video on new moons and full moons in general. Check that out if you want. But the first thing I would want to say here is this: where are we good at blocking something or someone, and where do we suck at that? and why is that? You know, new moons are often times of excitement, setting intentions, and willingly acting on something. And I think for some people it might involve having to do some of this blocking, or having to master our blocking powers in some area where we haven't been doing that. And it can be funny, it can be brave, it can be surprising to ourselves that we kind of embody or we take on or we express this newfound power to just block someone or something, or block some negativity in our life, or block some type of obstacle from ever coming back to us in some area of our life. And I do feel like this new moon will be about relationships in some way for most of us. And Saturn in Pisces is at the 7th degree, and there's a square to Uranus and Taurus, and maybe something sudden, and very likely for many something virile and ravenous. We've got a sextile to Chiron and the North Node in Aries. There could be some teaching moment or lesson for a few people about jumping the gun too much or too soon. And passion really is bubbling up. And I guess that's what I would finally say. Passion is bubbling up, and something approaches quietly in our Capricorn house, which is behind the sun and all of this that's going on in Aquarius right now, as Venus gets ever closer to a conjunction with Mars. This is very special as well. And I do then feel that this will be a beautiful and intense and explosive and immersive experience, especially as we get deeper into February and as Pisces season officially kicks in. So let me know in the comments how your Aquarius season is going thus far, and I will see you in the next one. Love you. Bye bye.